Do you see that Katahdin ewe? It's a lamb, not a yearling. And she's heavy bred, and you can tell because she's springing. Now, if that didn't make any sense to you, that's okay. In this video, we're going to talk about some terms that may be unfamiliar to you if you're new to goats and sheep, but don't worry, in just a few minutes, I'll have you conversational in small ruminant lingo. Come along. So there are a number of terms that people use who are familiar with livestock that are not that common outside of the livestock world. So here are a few terms to help you when talking to someone about goats and sheep. So first of all, a boar goat, B-O-E-R, is a breed of goat. It is not a gender of goat. A boar hog, a B-O-A-R, is a male hog. But when you're talking about goats and someone uses the term a boar goat, they're talking about a meat breed that is common in the U.S. They're typically white with a red head, but they can have other markings as well. A male goat is called a buck, also sometimes referred to as a billy. A male sheep is called a ram. A female goat is called a doe, also commonly called a nanny, and a female sheep is called a ewe. So if a goat is under a year old, it is called a kid. It can also be called a buckling if it's a male, or a doeling if it's a female. Or it can be a billy kid if it's a male, or a nanny kid if it's a female. Now, with sheep, if a sheep is under a year old, it's called a lamb. And it can be a ram lamb if it's a male, or it can be a ewe lamb if it's a female. If a goat or a sheep is over a year old, but not over 2 years old, it's called a yearling. And it can be, that's called a yearling whether it's a male or a female. So it can be a yearling ram, or it can be a yearling nanny. If a doe or a ewe is pregnant, she's said to be bred. Now, if she's only a couple of months along, she's said to be short bred. If she's further along near full term, such as 4 to 5 months, she's said to be heavy bred. When she's close to giving birth, her udder will start to fill up with milk and swell, and it's said that she is springing. Once she gives birth and her milk completely comes in, her bag is completely full and she's milking good, she's said to be freshening. When a goat gives birth, she's said to have kidded. When a sheep gives birth, she's said to have lambed. And so when someone talks about their spring kidding, they're talking about that in the spring of the year, their goats had kids. Or if they're talking about their fall lambing, they're talking about their sheep having lambs in the fall of the year. If a male goat or sheep has been castrated, it'll be called a wether. Sometimes people also call them a steer, but that's really vocabulary borrowed from the cattle world. They may also refer to him as being banded, which they're referring to the process by which a rubber band is used to castrate. Now, if you don't know what castrate means, I'll let you look that one up yourself. If a goat doesn't have horns, it is said to be polled, sometimes called muley-headed. They can be naturally polled, which means they were born and horns just never grew. Certain breeds that's more prominent in. But they can also be debudded. And debudded is a process when they're kids where a real hot iron is used to sear the cap where the horn grows so that it never forms and grows. If you hear someone talk about sheep as hair sheep, what they're saying is it is a type of sheep that doesn't grow wool and doesn't have to be sheared. Some of the more common hair sheep breeds in the United States are KATAHDINS, DORPERS, St. Croix, black-belly Barbie doe. Wool sheep do grow wool and have to be sheared. If a sheep or a goat has diarrhea, they are said to have SCOURS. The process of giving liquid medicine by squirting it down a goat or a sheep's throat is called drenching. And so if you have to give medicine by oral drench, you have to draw it up in like a syringe or something like that and squirt it down their throat. A bolus is a capsule that you use a balling gun to force it to the back of their mouth so that they'll swallow. LGD is an abbreviation for a livestock guardian dog that is often kept with goats and sheep to protect them from predators. Now, I know some of you veterans out there are thinking of a lot of other terms that I'm not thinking of right now, and I would love for you to share them in the comments below. And you know, also, some terms are different in different regions, different parts of the country, or different parts of the world. And so if you're thinking of some that maybe have different terminology used in different places, please put those in the comments below as well. But hopefully these that we've discussed today will be helpful for you as you watch videos or read articles or talk to people in the goat and sheep community. If you found this video to be helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications for more content like this. Also, if you're within driving distance of Northwest Alabama and you're looking for goats and sheep, give me a call, see what I have available at the time. As always, thanks for watching. Happy farming.